I think we want to dedicate this video update to your work on sexual assault. Let's start with the rape kit backlog. Tell me that story.
Well, I think it was back in 2016 when I was touring evidence rooms, which we discovered there were hundreds of untested sexual assault kits. And when we actually started checking around, it turned out there were almost 10,000 kits, which of course each one is their survivor who never had their voice heard, that never had a chance for justice. And they were all in our state. And then we also realized it was a federal issue with over 400,000 untested kits in our country.
So then you passed a bill that did what?
Well, we did a number of things. We passed legislation that required every kit be tested. Before it was the discretion of the detective or law enforcement. We made sure that there was a way to track them. So we have a statewide tracking system where the survivor can go online to check the status of their kit. We also decided we needed trauma-informed training for officers so that they really could work with survivors and really be able to understand their responses and really support them through what is a very difficult time. So those are some of the key steps we've taken. We've also got enormous resources that were long overdue in the State Patrol to allow us to test kits. Right now, the older kits, we've actually are working with private labs. They'll all be tested by the end of the year. Then we have new investments, and we've opened up a high throughput lab in Vancouver, Washington. And once they're up and running, they'll be able to test every kit within 45 days. And so we'll never have a backlog again.
And this year there is a new bill. What does this bill do?
Well, you know, it's really important. And I've been working really closely with survivors and advocacy organizations. You know, survivors often don't feel like their voices are heard or that they can seek justice. You know, it's not just about testing a sexual assault kit. It's about having it investigated and prosecuted. So we've been working to create kind of a survivor's bill of rights where they have a right to know what's going on their case, to be informed, to have an advocate with them at every step of the process, to see records. And so it really makes the process transparent and really accessible so that they really have that opportunity to seek justice. We also have been doing a case review process with the commission that does the training. And there's parts of the bill that are clarifying what information we need in the charts when we go out to different jurisdictions to review what's going on with these investigations. And the last part is really the accountability to the public of what's happened on those 10,000 cases. How many, you know, were positive for a hit in CODIS, which is how they link to other cases, how many were reinvestigated and prosecuted. So we think there's really important accountability that needs to happen, and so that people know we fixed a broken system.
Now, this bill passed the Public Safety Committee unanimously back in January, and it is now sitting in rules. Is that correct?
It is, and we are working on some of the language, and you know, not everyone's in full agreement, but you know, we just want to make sure the bill leaves strong. The accountability and knowing what's going on is just so important. So we're still working on it, but I'm hopeful it will leave the House soon.